Okay, first of all, thank you very, very much for supporting our early mincha. Without you, there would be no minyan. So thank you. Baruch, when you get a chance, you could commute once in a while from Florida. That I know. Yeah. Also, again, a mazel tov to Dov and Naomi Selkowitz for making a vote tonight for their children. Would you say it's safe to say from 7 to 10?
Yes.
So there'll be a vote tonight at 82 Oak Street, not very far from here, in the Taj Bar Hall, and it'll be from 7 at least till 10. At least till 10. You know, the Olam here in Lakewood fears a shpet, so you have enough time to come to the second Mariv and the Daf, and still have plenty of time to get a piece of cake. Main thing is it should be a big mazel tov. Also, it's with great pleasure I share with the Olam that, you know, it was interesting on Shabbos when we had the Kiddush. I was saying to myself, I'm probably celebrating my own simcha also. On Shabbos, we had a granddaughter. My daughter Rina Tzivya and her husband Ephraim had a baby girl, and we actually saw the baby late last night. Beautiful, 9 pounds 2 ounces. Yeah. So anyway, we should be mazel tov to Saba, my mother, and we should be zeicha l'gadla l'ben Torah l'chuppah l'maisim tovim. We are sponsored by the Fisher family, Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Pel Bas Ruvain. We learn Nishmas David ben Chaim, L'Refuah Shalem Efel Yomis ben Chayesar, Yaakov ben Basi Aleah, Zchus Avraham ben Yom ben Ishba Malki Yehudis, and we learn, sponsored by Yoel Klugman and family and L'Refuah Shalema. It's Mordechai Tzvi ben Golda, Saba. Mordechai Tzvi ben Golda, Esther Fradel Bas Chana, Moshe Meir ben Esther Fradel, Yafa Malka Esther Bas Leah, Yitzhak ben Tzvi ben Dusha, Rivka Bas Shira Leah, Chana Bas Shashabina, and Meir ben Chayesar. They should have a Refuah Shalema B'Seich Sharchei Yisrael. And I'm sorry, Gedalia, Hashem sent a simcha. It deflected me from my learning. It was awfully close. They had to wait till people aren't learning to win. You see, that's the thing. And then in California, they were still learning. So, but anyway, uvachagovim, grasshoppers. Some people have a tradition still today to eat grasshoppers. A good juicy grasshopper is something that Herschel always has on mind. A good juicy grasshopper. So uvachagovim kol sheyesh lo arba raglayim, if it has 4 feet, va'arba knofayim, 4 sets of wings, 2 on each side, v'karsulayim, 2 hoppers, uknof of chayfen es rubai, and its wings cover the majority of its body, that's a kosher grasshopper. Got to look for those hoppers. Rabbi Yaisi says there's one more prerequisite, and that is ushmoi chagov. It has to be known as a grasshopper. Uvadogim, by fish, kol sheyesh le snapir v'kaskeses. The Tanakama holds if it has 1 fin and 1 scale. Rabbi Yehuda says it has to have shnei kaskasim, 2 scales, usnapir echad, and 1 fin. Now, what are kaskasim and what are snapir? Ve'elu ein kaskasim, what are kaskasim? Akfuin by, the scales that are attached to the fish. Usnapirin, and the fins are hapireach bahem, that which causes it to be able to swim, that which causes it to be able to glide. And now we start the 4th parak. This is an interesting subject. When you shecht an animal that's pregnant, the baby inside the animal is permitted even without shchita. So behema mekasha leileit. However, what happens if a behema is in a harsh labor? V'hoitzia uberes yadai, and the fetus sticks out its hand, zira, and pulls it back in. Mutar b'achila, the fetus itself is permitted to be eaten, but that hand is forbidden. We learned that out from a drasha basa basada treifa loisechel, that if it goes out into the field, meaning it goes outside of its mechitza, even though it's drawn back in, that hand is forbidden. Hoitzias reishai, if it puts out its head, then afal pishech zero, even if it brings it back in, harizeki yolud, it's like it was born already, and therefore it's not permitted with the shchita of the mother, but it could be permitted with its own shchita. Let's say in vitro, it's called in vitro, you cut off a piece of the uber, but you left it inside. So mutar b'achila, even though it was cut off from the fetus, it's inside the mother, it's permitted to be eaten. However, minatchula minakloyes, if you cut the spleen of the animal itself, or the kidneys, now even though it doesn't render it a treifa, because we said even by an animal, even if it's missing the whole kidney, here it says minakloyes, only part of the kidney, but if it's missing the whole kidney, it's not a treifa. But you left it inside, the spleen and the kidney of the own animal, although it was inside, that's asa b'achila. So if you cut off a piece of the fetus and it's inside, the piece of the fetus is permitted. But if you cut off a piece of the animal and left it inside, that which was detached is forbidden. It's not permitted with the shchita of the mother, with its own shchita. Zaklal. Davar shehu gufa, something from the animal itself that you cut off is us. She'ena gufa, but it's something from the fetus and it was left inside, that is mutter with the shchita of the mother. Reb Chanani ben Akasha Amar Ratza Kadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakay Sis Yisrael L'Fikach Chibur Lem Torah Mitzvah Shenem Adonai Chafetz L'man Tzidka Yagdul Torah V'Yadin.